Hello, I'm Daniel Okloen. I work for a company called Notrig, and I'm going to quickly show you a preview of an application that we are making called a MuPoP. With MuPoP it is possible to add interactive elements to your museum or take elements from your museum, so pictures, video or even physical object, and display them in different places, so in museums or at the dentist, and allow your visitors to interact with them, and then that way either enjoy them of course on location, but also maybe pull in people to your museum to see other parts of your collection. So what we are going to show you is what we call one station, so one place where people can interact. We are using one screen in this case. In reality you could have multiple of them, so let's say you are doing this in an airport. You can imagine that you will have 4 or 5 of these stations next to each other, running different applications or all the same applications. So it could be 5 pictures, which I'm going to show here, where people can interact with, or it could be one with a picture, one with video, and 2 others with games, which people can interact with. So one important thing with the MuPoP is that it's quick to build, quick to deploy, and quick for people to use. You don't need to install anything special. It's all web browser based using internet standards. You don't even need to say have something like Chromecast or AirPlay from Apple. It's basically, if you have a browser, you're okay. So as proof, we are running this application on a device like this. So the main screen is actually, the projector I'm now using is running one of these devices, which is basically a computer on a stick. Costs about 150 euros. The only connection that it has is an HDMI connection, so you can hook it up to any television, just put it in the back. It has a Wi-Fi connection to hook up to your local network. Once it gets on the internet, it automatically will go to an URL and it will become one of these stations where you can show what we call an application. So basically, like your phone, on each of these main screens or each of these stations you can install an application. So with the application we are going to show you today is called Hotspots. So what we are going to show you is a painting with hidden audio information on it. To be able to do that, I will turn down the lights hopefully, and then show you a bit better what is going on, both on the main screen, but also of course on my mobile phone. So let's do the most tricky part of the demo. I'm recording this alone, so it's quite difficult for me to reach the light button, so hopefully this will go okay. Hey Siri, turn the lights to 30%. Okay, the important part of the demo worked. So let me get my phone. So normally the user would be at the location, starting up his browser and typing in the URL that they have found either on the screen or below the screen. For speed I have created a quick link on my screen. So you can see on my screen that I'm now opening the browser and going to the application. As you can see, graphically of course we still need to do a lot of work, but I select which station I have. In this case I'm on station number 2. And you can see that I can pick a language. In this case, let's see if you can see that. Hopefully you can. You pick, in this case I pick English. And you can now see that I get a hint that I need to put on my headphones. The nice thing is that multiple people can interact with it on the same time and also in their own language. So of course we show a headphone because we are hoping that people put on the headphones so that they don't disturb each other. So I now say, yeah, I put on my headphone, and you can now see that I get an instruction on how to interact with the main screen. I will walk upstairs, up front to show it from there. So I'm just standing here and I can now interact using my mobile as a trackpad and interact, of course listening to my headphones with the painting.
These 2 fat guys are perfect. I'm going to chop their heads off when they're really drunk. Take them
And I can go to another area and
yes.
let's say this one.
Why on earth would you want to
And
make
again,
that?
this can
We
be in
had
different
chicken liver
languages
last night.
and all running at the same time. So then we would have multiple spots. Everybody get their own color, so that they know what is theirs.
What? Do you have to make all these dishes? Who do you think I am?
Of course, as an example, we put some funny stories in there, but you can see that you can use this to interact with a much more detailed picture by zooming in and out, and interact on a much more, let's say, storytelling elements what they are seeing in the picture. And again, this is just one of the apps we are going to make and deploy, but hopefully you can already see how this could be useful in your own setup or in your own museum. So the last thing I want to say is not only is the what we call the main screens and the mobile devices very low tech, we also are making very easy tool, web-based tools to create these installations. So we are not saying, of course, that there's no knowledge that you have to have, but most of the knowledge is about the content yourself. Of course, you need to have, for this application, certain pictures that will work well, or for this has to be hidden stories in there. You need to make it to both the text version for deaf people and the audio versions in either one or multiple languages that you want. But once you have done that, it's quite easy to create the application yourself. And that's also, of course, why the name is called MuPoP. It should be quite easy to create them quickly from already parts that you have available into a new sort of combination and make them pop up in a different location. For example, again, at an office building, or at a festival, or at the dentist, to be able to show people part of your collection and draw them into your world and your museum and your content. So this was about everything I want to say quickly. Again, if you got this video from one of us or from one of our partners, please contact us because we will most likely have made new videos or can tell you more about how this application has evolved over time. Thank you very much and see you next time.